was gonna sneeze. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I decided I want to start a YouTube channel because lots of people want to lose weight, but not a lot of people know how. It's not that hard. It is, but it's not that hard. It's actually fairly simple, yet not easy to do. So I want to prove to you guys that it's possible. So let's begin. So the hair had to change. Tip number 1, move. So this is an obvious one, but for some reason people still don't kind of understand. You need to move quite a bit. So I get 10 to 15,000 steps a day, which is a lot. Like a lot of people, even before I started tracking my steps, I only got like 5,000 steps and I was walking to school as a college student. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, getting more movement is gonna be number 1 for trying to lose weight. So if you do strength training, if you do cardio, those are obviously gonna help, but that's only burning a small percentage of your calories for the rest of the day. So if you do a hard training session, but then your diet's bad, and in addition to that, you're just sitting around watching Netflix, that's not gonna help you lose weight. So what I do is I walk a lot. So during quarantine, after I finish a meal, I'll go on a walk. I try obviously to avoid people right now, but I go for walks and I do online dance classes, and sometimes I'll just go on YouTube and watch a random video, like workout / dance or whatever. So that's how I get my steps up, and that's how I get my activity up to keep my movement up. All right, tip number 2. So tip number 2 is to eat. But obviously you gotta watch what you eat. So don't immediately switch to being vegan or crazy diet switches like that. Monitor what you're eating and make slight changes that you can keep over time. So say I eat a lot of Taco Bell and things like that. Instead of getting a large fry, switch to a medium fry. So that's a small habit that's obviously still going to decrease your calorie intake. So if you already eat at home a lot, things like switching out for sugar-free foods, or things like just switching to lower calorie bread, or just very small things. You want to make small changes that you can stick to over time. You don't want to do a major overhaul all at once. So again, number 2, watch what you eat. Try to switch out foods and make changes that you can stick to over time. Small changes you can stick to over time. And number 3, that's very important, is to track. So you don't have to just track your food, and you don't even have to track your food necessarily, but you need to track something that's going to tell you whether or not you're closer to reaching your goals. So for me personally, I like to use MyFitnessPal. I use a journal that I write how many steps a day I get, how much protein I get, how many calories I eat. I track my waist measurements. I track my weight every single day, which you don't need to do, but it's really helpful to see whether or not you're making progress towards your goals. Tracking is probably the number 1 thing that's going to help you see whether or not you're going to reach your goals. Using that to track what you're doing, using all those tools to track what you're doing, is going to be one of the number 1 tips to help you lose weight. And then I'm going to include a bonus tip, because this is probably the number 1, there's a piece of grass, number 1 most overlooked thing, and that's to not rush the process. So if you rush the process, you can lose weight pretty quickly, but it's also going to be a high percentage of lean body mass, which is like muscle tissue, bone density, lots of things like that you don't want to lose, or just water weight. So make sure you're losing weight at a pace that's not too fast. So a lot of studies show that losing no more than 1 to 2% of your body weight. So if I weigh 150 pounds, that's 1.5 pounds a week, 1 to 2% of your body weight per week. So to create a look that's lean and defined and not lean and kind of flabby is you want to keep your muscle mass. So eat enough protein, make sure you're not trying to lose weight super duper quickly, and make it sustainable so that you can also keep the habits that you're building over time, because it doesn't make sense to just go on a 2-week diet and then go immediately back to what you were doing before that got you to where you were that you didn't want to be at. Make sure you're going at a pace that's fast enough for you to see results, but slow enough to where you're not dipping into your lean body mass while losing weight. All right, so I guess I'm inside now, but yeah, those are my 3 plus 1 bonus tip for how to lose weight. So again, move more, watch what you eat, track, and don't rush the process, because that's not going to help anyone. It's just going to make you go backwards. And stay strong, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what outros are, because this is new to me.